could be of import?
Shall we take a closer look? Look.
Still a while to go before we should look as long as... I've got to make room for my action.
Another day.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the ant would wound. If you're curious, the man's home is located.
What say we gather some information? Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
The same. They are just how I like it.
I must earn the people's faith.
Wood.
Comfortable.
Much is said of the Arisen, though I...
only pray my wash finishes without incident. I only pray my...
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
so welcoming as this. Lots to do, and precious little time.
It's a bit early for a rest as yet. I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk. I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Lots to do.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a... Much obliged.
This inspires more than
This looks as good a place as any.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Gather round.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. You shan't hear me complain.
I feel refreshed and ready. For a new day.
Off we go, then.
Feeling rested, I trust? Time to ride.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. Much obliged.
This looks as good a place as any.
Well, could use more places like this. Welcome.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Mustn't neglect my ledger. Best to keep a record.
Welcome.
Bed calls and I shan't
Well
resist.
met.
Ought to head home before I get an earful.
May have a note.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Welcome.
Times are hard. Barely scraping by.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, and so, in honor of his supposed vow, the false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails, but mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings. What say you, Your Majesty? My thanks. Some of the sentries post once your infiltration. Here, take care, Your masquerades being as much is made of appearances as such. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen of all those who serve the. I refer to war many a time as our laws dictate. Thus, what say you? I've prepared a means. This mission, should you be discovered. There is much we ought to tend to. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent for some time now, it seems. What's more, this cannot be mere. Yet 'tis strange. I dare say, 'tis a frail hope to be certain. I am glad to hear it.
That man. Just now seemed rather on edge. What could he have seen here to inspire such suspicion?
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Time to hit the sack.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Stumbles. Just one more push ought to bring it down.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worst, as they say.
Very well. I shall return.
Much obliged. Take this.
That was superb, Arisen.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my...
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I'm up to the challenge.
You must not let down our guard.
Naught like a feast to get you ready for bed.
We'll never get anywhere if all we do is rest.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
Strange. This place is not as I remember it.
What could be the cause? This demands further investigation.
Well met, sir. How much?
Time to be heading.
My bed calls and a sharp resist.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, I've lived in this village. Is there aught else you'd care to... Take care.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
It is not our place to hurry the Arisen.
What do you think? Does this suit me?
It did much for me.
That all you wanted to ask? Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't. But I suppose I can tell you the situation. His real name is Dara. He was one of us once, but he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? after he went off to play the false arisen, were men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become but he failed. Took a so the title fell to. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar on his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should...
Time to be heading home.
Greetings, Master. Is this where you've been all this while?
What brings you here?
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again. Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the finest... Welcome. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Wonderful. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
Well met,
To tie my boots.
The rules at your leisure.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone... Ah, but of course. I surmise your Majesty in a clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth to them, and all the while, the doubts... A clever ploy. I've no doubt that this bill would...
So, the false sovereign of... operates at the behest of Queen Regent Disa. The spider has woven her web rather carefully.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
The latest tidings from Melv came as quite a shock. It was a tragedy to those. I thought to myself, and indeed, we have our still, that I would see.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers.
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity. Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. Thought a stroll might be.
Our soldiers need better training.
'Tis good to be reunited.
Quite the predicament.
I can't complain. Lots to do.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap, 'twas part of a letter, and from this alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think 'tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty, though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember.